Hey everybody, how's it going? Mike from the Focus Garage here coming at you with a video, and we are going to be assembling the GT4 bumper for my 981 Cayman. Now I did just get the bumper back from paint, and I'm going through and I'm kind of assembling everything here right now. So I'm going to kind of lay everything out for you and show you what you've got. Obviously we've got the bumper itself here, we've got the grills, we've got kind of all the little sandwich pieces that go in there in the grills, the smiley face grill, the DRLs in the corner, the lip, the corner pieces for that, and then all of the hardware here as well, the ducting, the under tray, and the license plate. So basically kind of got everything laid out here in a way where I can go ahead and get it assembled on the bumper here. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through the video. This isn't going to be quite a DIY, but I did just kind of want to provide some insight on what this goes like for me and what it all looks like. So let's go ahead and we'll get started with this. One thing I forgot to show you in that original clip already is the side grill pieces here. So these three across the bottom here are going to be the first thing that you're going to install on the bumper. So everything's labeled very, very clearly. You've got LH here and then RH for anything that goes on the right-hand side of the vehicle. So that's pretty self-explanatory. But this all comes apart. You can see we've got these separate pieces here. So what you're going to want to do first is you are going to basically clip this whole piece into the bumper here. Now, obviously, the bumper's plastic. This is plastic. It's going to take a little bit of warping and everything like that and, you know, bending to get them into place. But essentially, this goes in first. You then put the grill on top of that, and then the grill gets sandwiched into this piece here. So you've got a variety of hardware to do this with. And basically, what's going to be securing these clips are these little metal brackets here. So let me start assembling that, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so we've got the outer trims on the left and the right side, and my biggest piece of advice is hook in the outer piece of the bumper first. If you start assembling these clips first, you're not gonna be able to grip these in. So hook this kind of around and over, same thing on that side, around and over, and use these located to kind of push in the rest of the tabs. Once you've got those in, everything else goes in pretty easily. Something that I did is I did go around with these pliers and kind of pull the clips together, each one of them, to make sure that they're all snapped in securely, and then you're good. Next up, we've got the grills. So this is what the grill piece is going to look like. You can see right along the top there, you've got these little cutouts. So the cutouts will go kind of right in between the tabs that we've got there. This inner grill piece is going to go right along the top of it, and just like the trim that meshes up against the bumper, you're going to want to kind of hook these tabs right along the inside there. You'll get that down, and you'll go ahead and use a series of metal clips to attach this to that. All right, we are rolling right along here. So we've got the outer piece, the grill, the inner piece, the outer piece, the inner piece, the grill, the outer piece, the inner piece, the grill. They're all good. So these clips that I was talking about here, the way they work is you basically want to install them like this, so that you put them on here. And what I was doing is I had needle nose pliers and I was pushing them down. But basically you take the clip like this, you put it over all of these little tabs that you're gonna see it on here, and just push it down. Make sure that the metal is fully biting onto this plastic tab that comes through, and that the teeth are pushed down. It's just a constant tension push, so that way nothing can come out. And I mean, I'm telling you, this stuff is solid. Very impressed by the way that all mounts. This piece, my only recommendation for this center grill, start in a corner when you work it around. So I kind of started right around in this corner. There's an inner lip that you'll see that clips into the bumper. But again, these kind of pull ears help to make it easier to get everything lined up. So get this corner piece in and just kind of pull all of the clips that hold us into the bumper with these ears. And if you really need to, use a little persuasion from a screwdriver. That's what I was doing here. So there's ones that kind of go through every so along there. Push them through, make sure you get the snap and that they're all the way in. But that's what these pieces look like so far. Next thing I think I'm gonna do is either do the smiley face grill up here or the DRLs. So let me kind of look at my remaining hardware, what I've got left, and see what I've got to do, and we'll go from there. All right, next up here, we've got the upper grill, also known as the smiley face grill, the one that sits on the top of the bumper. It is 3 pieces, so basically this is what you're gonna look like here. You've got the piece with the double-sided tape, which I recommend removing and upgrading to 3M, because I've heard this is not the best. So take this tape off, put on your own. But it's 3 pieces. So the grill will actually sit up against the piece with the tape, and then you'll sandwich it with this piece that has basically the brackets, the supports, and everything like that. and you'll attach it with what feels like a million of the smallest provided screws. So you can see here going around, I've got all of these little baby black screws here. It's the smallest ones that come in the kit, just a regular Phillips head. Install them all. Don't go too far. It's plastic threading into plastic, and you don't want these poking through. There are some locating tabs you can see here, 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 all around the outside just to make sure everything's lined up. Once that's done, you should be able to go ahead and locate it and slot everything up into the bottom here and be good to go. So let me change the tape and I will apply this. All right, a few more pieces and we're chugging right along here. So we've got these plastic end pieces on the side of the bumper here. You just snap them into place and use those metal clips. You can see we've got the one right there and the one right there. Same on the other side. We've got another one there and the metal clip 1, 2. So those are on there. You definitely have to use those because this would not stay on any other way. And then we've got the upper smiley face grill in there. Like I said, I do recommend using your own 3M double-sided tape, but it fits right in there. I think there's only one way to get it. So you pretty much just put your double-sided tape on there, slide this bad boy up into place, and stick it in there, and it's good to go. I'm going to assemble the DRLs next now. Next piece up is the fog light. Now I've already got the one in the bumper there, but this one very, very easy. So this is the right-hand side that I'm going to assemble. This is what your bracket looks like. That's what the fog light looks like. This piece basically slots in through that little channel there. I can't really do it with one hand. Maybe I can. But these two locating tabs will line up there, and then you put one screw in right there. Once you put that screw in, you're going to screw the whole assembly into the car by doing this screw, that screw, and that screw. So again, this bracket sits in these tabs there. You've got your one screw that attaches this, and the whole thing goes into the bumper there. You are going to be using these screws, so the medium-sized ones with the Phillips and kind of the big head on it there. So let me assemble that, show you what it looks like. So like I was saying, once you get the fog light onto the bumper, this is what you're looking at here. So here's the one screw that holds it to the bracket itself, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 2 up top, 2 on the outsides there, and then you've got the whole fog light attached. I think I might save the lip for once the bumper's back on the car, just because I don't have a sawhorse stand or anything like that or another person to help me out. But I want to throw this under tray on real quick, and one of the biggest things I saw about this bumper online is that nobody knows what hardware it uses. So you need M6 by 1.0 by about 12 to attach basically these bolts into this, into that. So you've got all these holes here. You've got basically these that are gonna sit right onto it there, and then the bolts thread into that. So let me see how hard it is. A lot of people say this doesn't look like it wants to line up, but I don't know, it doesn't look too off to me. I think it looks pretty good actually. So I don't know. Let me put in the plastic fasteners, see if I can get this attached. And all right, that kind of sucked, but it wasn't as bad as everybody said. So my bolts worked, just barely, but they do work. And they don't poke out or anything like that. They're like the perfect amount of thread. So basically what I did is I laid this in there loosely and I lined up every single hole before I started tightening anything down. So I put the under tray in there loosely, lined up everything that I could just to get the threads lightly started by hand. Once I got everything in, I adjusted it and made sure all the tabs lined up where they needed to go in here. And then I tightened it down and that's it. So that's going to wrap up this portion of it. I think I'm going to try the lip either a different day or once I have it on the car or I have another set of hands to help me out. It's late. I don't want to make any kind of damage that I can't fix. So that's where we're going to leave it for now. All right, we're finishing up here installing the bumper, well, rather assembling the bumper. And we're getting this lip on now. I took off the under tray just so I get a better access to see these clips. But one thing that everybody talks about online that I totally mirror is this lip sucks. It will fight you more than anything else on the entire thing here. And it's just because you basically have to get each of these clips one at a time. And as you're going around these corners, that's the hardest part. You basically have to like warp this and be careful to not scratch the bumper as you're warping it around. I heard to start in a corner and work your way around, not start in the middle and go out. So I started in the left-hand corner and getting around like these first 3 clips was the worst part. I was getting so discouraged But once you get them to kind of clip in, you are good to go. Once I got to about here, it was just boom, 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 all the way, you know, the rest of the way. But if you like line it up, it looks like this isn't going to be anywhere close to the rest of the bumper. So take the skid tray off before you do that and go through and work on these clips. Man, that sucked. I hope I never have to do that again. Another thing that I did is I've got the brackets riveted on here. So you've got a bracket here, a bracket here, a bracket here, and a bracket there. The kit comes with all those brackets and the rivets. I've seen people use self-tapping screws. You probably could, but I just went with rivets. It's a split rivet, so you can see it kind of right underneath there. And this will locate the bumper to the fender. This will locate the pretty much top of it by the hood there. So that's that. That pretty much wraps it up. I'm gonna throw the under tray back on and then start to install it on the car here. You can see I already started kind of removing the frunk and the side markers, but yeah, that wraps it up. I wanted to do just kind of a quick thing to show you what to do in that lip there. And I don't know, there's really no easy way that I could find to do that other than just start, you know, in a corner and really, really work your way through. It's not easy, but everybody else does it. And I was thinking like, I don't know if I could do this, but I did, and you should be able to too. So that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Again, this is the Bayson R GT4 style front bumper for the 981 Cayman. I'll probably do an install video of removing that and installing this. Okay, I lied. I know I said in the last video that was going to be wrapping it up and I was going to do the install in a different video, but I'm going to give you kind of like an abbreviated version of what you need to know to install it. Any kind of like weirdness or nuances or anything like that. I'm not going to do a full kind of bumper removal video because there's tons of those for the 981 chassis online, but it's also very, very similar to the 991. So if you can find a bumper removal for one of those, go ahead and do that. But just some things that you'll need to know. So my car was equipped with the headlight washers. So the line for that is actually right here. So you can access it either behind the headlight or through the wheel well, and you basically just pinch to release. If you're running a bumper that's not going to have those, you're going to want to plug that. So just stick a vacuum hose in there, maybe a clamp or something like that, and you can cap that off and you're good. You shouldn't get any errors or anything like that. When removing the bumper, there's a couple different things to know. There is this wiring harness on both sides that's secured in two different places. This is for your corner lens and your fog light. They have clips that just clip right into the bumper. So you can see here's one clip, here's another. You can basically just pull them out and you're good. I saw some videos of people like unplugging the harness from way in there, but if you're swapping bumpers, I don't know why you'd go through all that work. Just unclip the harness from the bumper. So you've got that on the driver's side as well as on the passenger side here. Exact same harness clipped in the exact same spots for the same two things. So you take those off and you're good there. The bumper really wasn't too hard to remove at all. It's all T25 and T30. So pretty much anything in the wheel well is a T25, and then anything underneath or along the top here is a T30. So that's that. A couple things to note too, if you're doing the Bayson R bumper, you are going to need to either modify or glue your temp sensor into this shrouding here. The hole that they made wasn't big enough for me, so I could either modify the hole by drilling it out or just gluing it. So I just slapped some Gorilla Glue on there. I mean, I don't ever plan to take this off again, and if I need to, I can break the glue or whatever. Not a huge deal. A couple other things you'll need to do is you will be exposing more parts of your car that weren't visible before. So if you have a light colored car or a bright colored car, basically anything that's not black, you're going to want to paint it. So the crash bar, I painted black. And then basically the front of the trunk pan down there, I painted black because all of this is going to be visible now. So you can see we've got this painted black. I kind of painted like the top of it black. And then you'll also need to paint this foam black. Otherwise, it looks like a spotted cow. It's like white and gray with speckles on it. So paint the foam, paint the crash bar, and paint kind of the bottom of the front there. Otherwise, you're going to see all that through the vents in the new bumper. But again, it's just a couple of screws. So you've got, 1, 2 here. I did the one in the middle there just to make it easier, but a lot of people are saying you need to like remove the fender liners. I didn't want to bother with that, and you don't really need to. That doesn't get in the way. You've got metal clips that kind of secure everything under here, but again, you don't even have to take everything apart. Just this main header panel there, and you can get to these screws along the top, and then the weird clips that hold it into the front fender there. Headlights don't need to come out for bumper removal. However, I didn't want to risk damaging them. They will need to come out for a bumper installation to get this in. You don't have visibility into that with the headlights in, so pop them out anyways. I mean, if you've owned a Porsche, very, very easy. You just stick the tool in through there, turn the lever, unplug the headlight. But That's pretty much it for like bumper removal. Nothing crazy or weird or anything like that. The harness was the biggest thing that was getting me hung up, just knowing that where the clips were and that I had to unplug them. But that was pretty much it. Again, make sure you paint all this because otherwise you are going to see it. And mine was bright silver and that would have looked really, really strange. Probably give you guys one more clip once the bumper is installed. From what I can tell here, the color match is really, really good. Bumper looks great now that I got the lip on and everything like that too. Oh, DRLs for the daytime running lights. One more thing here. So if you bought the Bayson R kit, it's going to come with a wiring harness adapter to plug into the factory loom. But the problem is the adapter they provide has a weird little notch inside of it. Really easy. You don't have to splice anything or do anything. You just have to basically shave down the notch inside of the connector and then it'll seat into the factory plug. So you're not even modifying the factory plug. You're modifying the adapter harness that's on the Bayson R DRL there. Just shave down the little tab and it'll plug right into your factory ones. I already tested it. It works and we're all good to go there. So that's kind of where I left off. I was just taking my time. I really got in here and I deep cleaned these condensers and the radiators and everything like that. There's a pile of stuff in here because like, if you're gonna take it all apart, I mean, why would you not go through the effort of doing all of that? So next thing, I have to pretty much reinstall that crash foam, throw that shroud back on, and then I could probably start getting the bumper in place. Really neat thing I noticed about this Bayson bumper too, is it has all of the same tabs as the factory one. So that weird harness that I'm talking about, it clips in right here, and then it also clips in near the fog light. And the Bayson bumper has the exact same provisions. So I should be able to kind of secure this harness up and out of the way in the same way that it was on the factory bumper there. Also, if anyone is in the Chicagoland suburbs and they are in the market for a silver, rhodium silver 981 Cayman S bumper, let me know because I'm going to be putting this for sale. I have no intentions on keeping this and holding on to it. But yeah, that's, I think, the main takeaways that I kind of ran into as I was playing with different stuff here and just learning. Again, I was taking my time. I really got in there. I cleaned, I painted, and just, I wanted to make sure that if I'm going to go through all this effort, I don't have to take anything off and do it again. I've seen stories of people, they don't paint this, and then there's, you know, weird colors that show through and everything like that. So save yourself the hassle, you know, buy once, cry once, do it once, and be good to go.